Welcome back to Coin Nexa Vault. Before we get into today's lineup, I need you to understand something. The coins we're covering right now are not ancient relics locked in a museum. They are Lincoln pennies, the kind that pass through your hands every single week, and every single one of them is hiding a detail that separates a 1-cent coin from something a serious collector would pay real money to own. We are building towards something today, and I am telling you with complete confidence that the last coin on this list is the kind of find that makes people stop mid-sentence when they describe it. So stay locked in from the first coin to the last, because this is a countdown you do not want to bail on early. Welcome back to Coin Nexa Vault. The 2014 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that most people mentally file away as worthless the second they see it. It's recent, it's common, and on the surface nothing about it screams rare. But here's what most people are missing, and this is the detail that separates a casual spender from someone who actually knows what they're holding. The 2014 Lincoln cent exists with a documented doubling error on the obverse, and if you've got one in your change right now, you need to stop and check it before you spend it. Grab the coin and bring it under a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. What you're looking for is right on the word Liberty on the obverse, just above Lincoln's portrait. On a double die specimen, the letters in Liberty show a distinct secondary impression, a shadow of the word sitting slightly offset from the primary strike, and it's not subtle once you know where to look. Check also along the date. The digits 2, 0, 1, and 4 can each show the same doubling effect on affected coins, and the separation between the two impressions is what determines how dramatically collectible the coin becomes. A strong, clearly separated double die on a 2014 Lincoln Center in certified Mississippi 65 red condition has sold in the range of several $100s, with the most dramatic examples pushing into the low thousands depending on the strength of the doubling and the quality of the strike. That might sound like a stretch for a coin that's barely a decade old, but error coins don't care about age. They care about scarcity, and a genuine double die from a modern mint run is genuinely difficult to find because most of them slip through unnoticed and get spent before anyone examines them. The 2014 cent was produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with Philadelphia striking coins bearing no mint mark and Denver coins showing a small D just below the date on the obverse. And it's worth checking both varieties because error distribution across a given year's mintage is never perfectly even. From a production standpoint, 2014 was a high-volume year for the Lincoln cent, which counterintuitively works in error collectors' favor. More coins struck means more opportunities for die fatigue, misalignment, and the kind of mechanical inconsistencies that create the varieties serious collectors pursue. The condition of your coin matters enormously here. A circulated 2014 Lincoln cent with doubling is interesting, but a fully uncirculated example with brilliant red surfaces, sharp strike, and no contact marks is what triggers the competitive bidding. If you think you've found one, do not clean it, do not rub it, and do not store it loose with other coins. Put it in a soft flip and get it to a third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC, because their certification is what transforms a promising find into a verified, sellable collectible. The 2014 penny is a genuine starting point for this list and a solid one. But I'll be honest with you, what's coming next makes this one look like the opening act, so don't go anywhere. Next, 2007 Lincoln penny, and I want to open this one with a direct challenge, because the 2007 cent is a coin that has been dramatically underestimated by casual collectors for years, and the people who figured that out early have been very quietly profiting from everyone else's inattention. The detail that makes certain 2007 Lincoln cents genuinely collectible is a satin finish variety that was produced specifically for mint sets that year, and the distinction between a satin finish 2007 cent and a standard business strike is something that the vast majority of people simply cannot identify by eye. which means these coins get sorted into circulation coin jars and forgotten about at a rate that keeps certified examples surprisingly scarce in the marketplace. Here's exactly what to look for. On a 2007 satin finish cent, the surface texture is distinctly different from a standard coin. Instead of the reflective or matte appearance of a typical Lincoln cent, the satin finish has a very fine, almost silky texture that catches light in a uniform, subdued way rather than reflecting it sharply. Examine the fields, the flat open areas of the coin's surface away from the design. And on a genuine satin finish example, those fields look consistent and smooth with a low luster sheen that standard coins simply don't have. Beyond the satin finish, the 2007 Lincoln cent also exists with documented die variety errors, including repunched mint marks on Denver-produced coins where the D below the date was stamped more than once, leaving a secondary impression that is visible under magnification just inside or around the primary mint mark punch. A certified 2007 satin finish Lincoln cent in SP69, that's the specimen grading scale used for these special mint set coins, has commanded prices ranging from the low hundreds into the mid-hundreds of dollars, with top pop examples, meaning coins that represent the finest certified examples known for that grade, reaching into higher territory when competitive collectors enter the picture. The 2007 cent was produced during a period when the U.S. Mint was also navigating the final years of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design, which had been in use since 1959, meaning that 2007 sits in an interesting transitional period just before the 2009 bicentennial redesign completely transformed the Lincoln cent's reverse, making the late Memorial cents a distinct and increasingly collected sub-series. Collectors who specialize in die varieties, and there is an entire, deeply passionate community of them organized around the Cherry Picker's Guide and similar references, treat the 2007 Philadelphia and Denver issues as productive hunting grounds precisely because so few people are looking carefully at them. If you're searching through a roll of pennies and you pull a 2007, examine the surfaces under good light before dismissing it. Check that D mint mark closely if it's a Denver coin, and if the surfaces look unusually smooth and silky compared to the coins around it, separate it immediately. Third-party grading is the definitive answer. PCGS and NGC both have online resources that can help you compare your coin surfaces to certified examples before you decide whether to submit. The 2007 Lincoln cent rewards patience and attention in a way that flashier, more publicized coins often don't. But I promise you, the next coin on this list operates on a completely different level of collectability, and the story behind it is one you're going to want to hear. Next, 1994 Lincoln penny. Now we're getting into territory where the production errors get more interesting, the collector community gets more intense, and the potential values start climbing in ways that should genuinely get your attention. The 1994 Lincoln cent is associated with one of the most talked about double die varieties of the entire 1990s Lincoln cent series, and if you have a 1994 penny anywhere, in a jar, in a drawer, between your couch cushions, this is the segment that tells you exactly what to look for. The primary variety you want is the 1994 double die obverse. And the place to examine it is the lettering of "In God We Trust" across the top of the coin's obverse. On affected coins, those words show a clear, unmistakable doubling. The letters appear bold and slightly thick, with a secondary impression visible alongside the primary strike when viewed under a loupe at around 5x to 10x magnification. The word trust in particular tends to show the strongest separation on the most dramatic examples, and that's the place to start your examination. Also check Liberty just to the left of Lincoln's portrait and the date itself. A strong 1994 DDO will typically show doubling across multiple design elements rather than being isolated to a single spot, and that consistency is actually part of what makes it verifiable. A certified 1994 DDO Lincoln Center in Mississippi 65 red has sold for several $100s, with the strongest, most visually dramatic examples in the finest certified grades pushing into the four-figure range when the right collector encounters them at the right moment. Beyond the double die, 1994 also produced scents with die cap errors, broad strikes, and off-center strikes that are individually unique and command serious premiums among error coin specialists. These are rarer and less predictable than varieties like the DDO, but worth knowing about if you handle large quantities of Lincoln cents regularly. The 1994 production year sits in an interesting place numismatically because the early 1990 cents are old enough now that uncirculated examples are becoming genuinely difficult to source in the highest grades. Coins that were simply spent and circulated rather than saved are gone from the collectible market permanently, and that attrition works steadily in favor of anyone holding a high-grade example. The Philadelphia Mint struck the majority of 1994 cents, with Denver handling a significant secondary volume, and the double die variety has been documented across both mint facilities, though Philadelphia examples are more frequently encountered in certified populations. If you locate a 1994 cent that looks promising, the standard caution applies. No cleaning, no polishing, store it safely, and pursue third-party certification from PCGS or NGC to establish its grade and variety attribution before making any decisions about its value. The 1994 Lincoln penny is a coin that consistently surprises people who assumed they already knew everything worth knowing about modern Lincoln cents. And the next coin on this list is about to surprise you even more, because we're going back another 5 years and the story gets considerably more compelling.